is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Sean in Canada. Hey, Sean, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How's it going, brother?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
I'm a huge fan of the show. I just found out about you guys within the last month and a half.
Okay.
And I can't believe, I'm like, where did these guys come from?
How did you find out about us?
Sometimes I'll go in the search engine and try to find some market analysis.
Okay, man. Welcome to the Tiger family. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us, man.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm just excited to watch your bids. I get a lot out of them. I really love the intros you do and the excitement and the energy, and you guys are pretty special.
Well, we get a great network, man, and there's a lot of diversity, man, and we're really lucky. Thank you so much for calling, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Sean. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too, bud.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Don't take anything personally. Ignore the opinions of others. Whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. Others are going to have their opinion according to their belief system. So whatever they think about you is not about you, but is about them. Interesting one. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 15, NASDAQ up 4, S&P's flat. Gold contract up $11.10, $12.93 an ounce. Silver up 8 cents, $17.66 an ounce. Both gold, silver, platinum, they all caught a bid. Platinum trading up $3.30 at $9.60 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.54 a pound. Light sweet crude up 76 cents, trading at $48.15 a barrel. Notes. 10-year note up 9 ticks, 127.01. 30-year bond up 22 ticks, 156.11. Now, both notes and bonds that confirmed ABC structures on the way up. They're following through out here today in spades. They got wide price spread again. They got accelerated volume. They got all of the above. King Dollar. What do we have with King Dollar? King Dollar, folks, just can't handle higher price. Pretty amazing that you can't even get a bounce going. King Dollar is down 189 ticks. You're trading out at 96.565. King Dollar is making its way down to the 95 mark on a short-term basis. On a longer-term basis, meaning a couple months, 91 is game right now. 91, folks, is the bottom of the consolidation that the dollar has been in since January of 2015. The euro is trading at 112 to the U.S. dollar. That wants to run to 115. The yen is at 109.5 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You get a sideways market, you get light volume, you get all of the above. You're down 20 cents. You're laying out there at 243.78. Bottom line is that this S&P would have to get back inside at least the 242.08 in order to basically sustain a lower price. Bottom line, just won't back off. Dow Industrials, same type of setup. Dow's trading sideways. You're up $16. Down $16, rather. We're at 21,167. And the high of August 1st is 21,169. The composite, NDX... The composite, as well as the NDX 100, still laying at highs. The high in the composite is 63.10. We're at 62.98. We hit 63.04 today. If we go up and we take a look at the NDX 100, you have the same type of setup. You mean you're just laying at these highs. The NDX is up $1.20. You're at 58.79, and that's hit 58.90 today. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Bottom line, folks, gold wants higher price. You have the wide price spread. You get the accelerated volume. You get all of it happening. And at 3:30, we're going to have our man, Mr. Rob McEwen on, the CEO, chairman of the board, and chief owner of McEwen Mining. So that's at 3:30. Gold contract right now It has 236,000 contracts traded. You're coming into the swing high of 1,300. Bottom line is that if we could look at the GLD, this contract volume at the 1,300 was a lot less. So I expect what we're going to see is that we're going to see this number get blown away. If we go over to the GLD and take a look at it, what you're going to see is this. We've already done as much volume as we have at the last swing high. That's another indication that we're going to get up and over this whole level. The GLD is trading 122.92. The high is 123.07. We've hit 123.31. We've already done 8.5 million shares, but it's over it. It's the 8.4 million is your benchmark. You've already done 8.5. And what we are going to have, and what you will have, is that as you come into the closeout here today, you're going to see a lot more volume come into these gold stocks. Because what does happen is that when you look at the GDX and the GDXJ, the GDX right now is trading up 91 cents. You're trading at 23.65. This has 53 million shares already. And both the GDX and the GDXJ, they put a huge amount of volume in at the close. The number that we're looking at right now is 67 million at the swing high of 23.67, and it's going to be more than that. Bottom line, I suspect we're going to do about 75 million. That's going to blow that number away. That's going to get the GDX to start charging forward up to the 24.88 mark, which is the April 13th swing high. Notes, the 10-year note, no matter what the Fed's doing, folks, the 10-year note, the 30-year bond, rates are going down. It's this divergence. Yeah, it's in spades, too. Bottom line, you have the Federal Reserve next meeting that they expect to go up on the short-term rate is going to be the 14th of June. And guess what? Bottom line, these rates, we are at a low for the year right now. The 10-year is trading at 2.142. That is the low for the last 6 months, rather. Low for the last 6 months. We are going to be under 2 if, in fact, this ABC structure finishes on the way up, and it certainly looks like it wants to finish. If we go over and we take a look at this 10-year, what you're going to see inside the 10-year, we've done last Friday, we took out the swing point with 1.5 million contracts. We've done over 1 million today. Bottom line, it's going to do 1.1. You're at 126.25. This thing wants to get up to 128. You look at the 30-year. 30-year is the same type of setup. 30-year, we're dealing right now with a price point of 155.02. This thing wants to go to 158. So this is pretty. This is bottom line is that interest rates are going down. Prices and those bonds are going up. And if we put the 30-year out here, our 30-year right now also is at a 6-month low, 2.8%. If we bring this back, let me bring this back. Actually, okay, so now we're right in the middle for the year, too. The low for the year is 2%. The high is 3.2%. We're at 3.8. You stay right there, folks. We're going to come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrial's down 22. NASDAQ is flat. S&Ps are off $1.50. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go inside the XAU and the HUI. So what we're going to see out here today is that last week you had the metal running, folks, but we didn't get the equities running with it. We get the equities running, and you get them running good. You get the volume behind the move. You get the wide price spread behind the move, all of the above. The XAU is up right now, 357. You're trading 86.68, and 86.68 gets you into the low of the last swing point, which is on the 17th, and we're going to have higher volume. So this very well could be an ABC structure on the way up. 77 was your B A, 88 is your B. Your C is 82, so you get a 92 A to B equals C to D. And what's really cool about that is 90 is the high of the 13th of April. So that's saying that your projection is over that, and what that sets up is that you could get up into this 97 area. In fact, I think, let me just look at this right now. I think this is a break topside. Yeah, it is. So this is pretty cool. So let me bring this back again and take a look at this. So what you have here out here today, and when you break a trend and you break with conviction, folks, it's a monster deal. And that's exactly what we're doing today. The XAU is breaking again, but this is a higher, downtrend that is breaking. Bottom line, breaking it with force. Wide price spread, accelerated volume. That's saying the XAU wants to run up to $97.20, which is the high of February 8th. If we get into the Gold Bugs Index, we take a look at the Gold Bugs Index. That's up $9.68 today. You're trading at 202.52. And let's see how this baby lines up. So the low of the high is 198. Oh, this is really cool, man. This is blowing away the high. So the high, well, it's right at it, 203.61. We're at 202.40. It's going to have higher volume. We did 33 million shares there. That also is laid out. Okay, so this one hasn't broken. It hasn't broken that the very top of it yet. The reason being is that we went up so dramatically on the 13th. But this is saying HUI wants to run up to the 216 mark, which is the high of April 13th. And I suspect what that's all about is that's all about the aspect of these bonds going higher, lower rates coming at us in a big way, and King Dollar. King Dollar just can't handle price. If we go over to the yen, we take a look at the yen. The yen had a big night last night going downtown. And the yen, folks, right now cannot catch a bid. It's down almost a penny. It's down 0.96. You're at 109.50, and this is on its way to 109.05. The 109.05 is the high of the low that was established inside the yen on the 17th of July, and I expect you're going to see that hit. Let me just do it this way. So I do 114. This is pretty cool. So $4. Yeah, we're going to 108. We're going to the bottom of that. So that's going to go after the bottom. We're at 109.50 right now. 108.50 is game. Some of the higher volume stocks in this low volume market out here, this is what you have. Advanced Micro is up 93 cents. You have Bank of America down 10 cents. Micron Technology is up 33. You get Macy's down $1.74. Macy's is getting killed again. Macy's, these retailers are in tough shape, folks. Macy's is going to be another ABC structure on the way down. That thing is, your A point is 29.83. Your B is 23, so you get $6. That's going to bring it down into the $18 level. Right now, you're at 22. I know we brought this back further. This thing's going down to $5. Yeah, it is. So this is hard to believe, but bottom line is that it's been a one-way trip. $73 in July of 2015, so 2 years ago. Bottom line is a high volume low laying out here at $5. Here we come. It's coming to $5. This thing is barreling down. Not, you know, you're talking about it already broke a huge B point, broke it with volume, monster volume. This just continues lower with volume. We take a look at the NDX 100, strength versus the weakness. The strength inside here today is Pace Car, that's up 3%. NetEase is up 3. Tesla is up 2.2. Let me see Tesla. This is pretty wild. Look at this Tesla, man. Tesla's at $354. It still has a 25% short interest. This has just been a killer for people that actually did go short this. This has been a one-way trade, no doubt. So February, well, actually, let's go this way. March of this year, it was at $242. So it's been up $110. Yeah, 60%. Oh, my God. Since March. Never mind going back 2 years. We go back 2 years, it was $180. So, yeah, it's doubled in price. The taken away from the NDX 100 today, Fastenal is down 5.2%. That's a big number. We'll come back to that. Liberty is off 3.3. You have Dollar Tree down 2.9. And if we go back to Fastenal, let's take a look at this for a second. So they sell industrial, construction supplies to wholesale and retail fashion. Interesting. Okay, so this equity here, yeah, this is breaking out a bottom with volume also. So we broke 41.94, and you're going to have the volume. This is going to be, this was like a rejection. This is going to be a complex ABC down. This is pretty intense. Yep. So your A point on that is 50. Your B's 42, $8. That gets you 37. And that would make sense because 37, yeah, 37 is laying down there. The October 2015 swing low. That's what it is. Let's go over and we take a look at the silver market. So silver finally caught a bid last week, folks. It needed it, bottom line, and now it had follow through. The physical silver market today, trading at a price point of $17.67. Once you get back inside the 17 area, that is what's set up that it can now make the run for the $18 area. Last Friday, you took out the swing point, big volume, took 100,000 contracts, you were taking out 75,000. So bottom line is that I expect we're going to see these continue higher. As we come into the, remember something, we're in summer trading, so Monday, Friday, bottom line, you're going to have light volume. Volume out here today is also going to be light. It will be heavier than yesterday, though. Right now, we've done 32 million shares inside the SPY. You're going into 44 million shares. So the bottom line is that I do expect what you're going to see out here is that the indices themselves, meaning the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, will have slightly higher volume. What we have inside the XAU, the GDX, you're going to see some monster volume out here. The GDX right now, which is the Market Vectors Trust, and the GDXJ, they both, okay, are coming into the swing point with huge volume. The GDX has 56 million shares right now. You're going into 67. What the GDX does is that coming into the close, that's going to do another 15, 20 million. That means it's coming into the swing point with volume. That means that the probability is much higher that you're going to take out the May 17th swing. You're going to go after the April 13th swing. The GDXJ, same type of setup. It has the volume. It's up $1.70, $1.78 right now, $33.83. That is coming into the swing point with much higher volume. You're talking about 24 million. That thing's going to do about 30 million today. You stay right there. We got our man, Mr. Rob McEwen, coming back, the chief owner of McEwen Mining.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials down 23, Nasdaq's off 12, S&Ps are down 3.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Rob McEwen. Rob, folks, is the CEO, chairman, and chief owner of McEwen Mining. You've heard him here many times on TFNN. It trades under the NYSE as MUX. McEwen Mining does business in Argentina, Mexico, Nevada, and Ontario, Canada. Rob McEwen, welcome back to TFNN.
Thank you, Tom. Pleasure to be here.
I'll tell you, great day to be here. We finally got a big bid on gold and the metals and the dollars going down the tubes.
Cool. Gold going up is good. I don't really care for the dollar to go down, but
Yeah, well, I guess, that correlation is pretty direct, though, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I'm with you. It's intriguing that, since January to now, we've gone from 103 to 96. So, hey, tell us what has been going on with McEwen Mining. You got a lot of action happening here.
We do. First off, we'll do about 144,000 ounces of gold equivalent this year. It's a mixture of gold and silver.
Okay.
And that'll come in at a all-in cost of cash cost of just under $800, and our all-in cost with sustaining capital will be just under $1,000. So there's a margin in there. We don't have any debt, so we remain debt-free. We have $50 million in liquid assets. We have a project. We're going to be building a new mine, and we hope to get our permits in the fourth quarter of this year and start construction. And it'll take about a year to build, and that's our mine in Nevada.
Yes.
Called Gold Bar, and it'll be doing about 65,000 ounces. We just picked up property in Timmins, which is one of the big gold camps in the world.
Yes.
And there are 4 projects up there. 3 of them are adjacent to each other, past producers, squeezed between Goldcorp and Tahoe, and very high-grade occurrences. So we're looking to see if we can build on that. But that was about 2.4 million ounces in resources. We paid about just over $20 an ounce in a very prolific camp. Argentina is steady at about 90,000 ounces of gold equivalent a year. Mexico, our El Gallo gold property, it at the moment is nearing the end of its life as an oxide gold mine, oxide ores. We think it has a future for sulfide ores, so we're looking at the options there to continuing it and building an addition to our plant. And just 5 miles away is our El Gallo silver project that was permitted 2 years ago to build, and we said, well, there's no point building it with silver down at $14 an ounce. Let's wait till it gets higher and we can have a better rate of return. After all, the silver is not going to go anywhere.
Sure.
The price is just moving around, so we thought we'd forego the dilution and the high cost of financing at the time to build a mine that wouldn't be producing much in the way of economics, to wait for a better time.
What does it mean that you go from an oxide gold to a sulfide mine?
What that means, Tom, is the processing of the ore changes.
I see.
So we'll go from a heap leach operation to a mill with a leach cycle.
Okay, cool.
But you have to crush the ore more and process it.
I see. It's pretty amazing. I mean, I see how much silver that you actually get out of these mines in Mexico. It seems like, it seems like there's a never end of silver in these mines, right?
Mexico as a country has a long history of producing silver.
Yes, yes. So if we go up to the Timmins project, right? So
yes.
is the Timmins project a project that you think that you want gold a little bit higher that you're going to tackle, or is this something that you can actually start tackling now?
We think we can tackle it now. There were preliminary economic assessments done on the property several years back, and we used an $1,150 gold price.
Yes.
And they were generating positive returns. And what we're weighing right now is whether we want to start on an open pit basis, mining some of it, or underground. 2 of the properties have shafts on them that would have to be dewatered, but they have shafts, and the other 2 have ramps. So a lot of the development's already been incurred. We'd have to add to it, but we think we would mine it and custom toll it at one of the mills in the Timmins district.
Now, I know in the past, you've basically held back, you haven't held back the production, but when you have produced, sometimes you hold that gold off the market for a bit. Is that something that you have been doing, or you look to be doing, or how has that been working?
I started doing that when I was building Gold Corp.
Yes.
And we have done that from time to time here at McEwen Mining as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's always a little bit. It's not tricky in an up market, right? It's. I know.
Tricky in a down market, and it's also when you're building mines. Often you don't have the additional cash flow, so
yes,
you're selling until you get the other production going.
And what do you think right now is driving the price of gold and silver? It's still, it's amazing, Rob, is that, we get calls all the time, of course, in the gold, but people are calling Bitcoin, like, I'm having a hard time comprehending. Bitcoin today is $2,900. It's like, really? It's like, okay. I can't touch it, I can't feel it, but guess what, So what do you think's driving the price of gold right now?
Probably Bitcoin a bit.
Yeah, right.
Just people are looking for a currency where they can put it in and they don't feel the government's going to debase it. And Bitcoin might be easier to trade or more technologically oriented for certain groups.
I can see that. Since I've had you on many times, and time flies, of course. It has been amazing that it seems that most currencies across the world have actually come down. It's not like one currency coming down. People are always talking about, okay, us against the euro, us against the yen. Well, the yen, the euro, they've all come down to lower prices. I mean, do you think that that's going to continue?
Absolutely. They've been debasing their currencies and adding more debt. We're in this big experiment that we've never seen the likes of before in the world.
Yes.
Where all the countries in the world have decided we want to get the consumer back, so we're going to put more money in their hands and get them to spend. But then it's going the wrong way. They should be trying to get people to invest in productive assets that create jobs, that provide a tax base for the country.
Yeah, and it seems that, at the beginning of this, people said people were going to get addicted, but they are addicted. We're all addicted, man. I mean, guess what? It's like, I know debt's bad, and it's bad for the country, too. And it's like, okay, so as soon as they go up on the rates, it's like, okay, what's going to happen with the market, right? Rob,
yes.
Can you stay another segment?
Sure can.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay. Stay right there, folks. We're coming back with Rob McEwen. He's the CEO, chairman, and chief owner, which is 25% of McEwen Mining. McEwen Mining trades on the New York Stock Exchange as MUX. Dow Industrial's down 32. NASDAQ's off 16. S&Ps are off 4.5. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials up 32, down 32. Nasdaq is down 18. S&Ps are off 5. We have gold up 12.50. Silver is up 9 cents. We're talking with Rob McEwen, the CEO, chairman, and chief owner of McEwen Mining. And, you know, when we talk about debasing currency, it seems that that's right across the world, right, Rob?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, where do you think that that whole deal, not that would end, but would come to fruition and would actually get more push inside these metals markets?
Well, right now, everybody seems very complacent with the belief that central banks can control interest rates, they can control the market.
Yes.
And so we've seen bubbles in the real estate market, in the stock market. And that's the place to be because there's no yield. It's the only way you're going to make some money.
Yes.
But people are jumping in and they don't seem to be assessing the risk. And once they start doing that, they're going to be looking for some hard assets, and gold's just starting to get that traction again.
Now, you've been in this business a long time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So isn't it intriguing, you know, like I started the Gold Report in 2002, and it blows my mind. We're in 17, right? And it is amazing that you can still, to me, you know, when I talk to gold with someone, you know, people say Bitcoin or something else, says, do you understand that it takes 10 tons of dirt to get an ounce of gold? I mean, it still seems such a value. You know what I'm saying? As to what you have to do in order to get an ounce of gold out of the ground.
It's a lot of effort. And curiously, when you talk about 2002 and today, if you looked back to 2002, gold was going up in dollar terms from 2001 to 2005, but really not moving in any of the other major currencies.
Yes.
And today, we have gold going up in other currencies, but not the dollar.
Okay.
And there came a point in 2005 where it started moving up in all currencies. And I think we're approaching that point now, where when it starts moving up in dollar terms, it's already moved up in the other currencies. Then you get a movement around the world.
That's a great
gold.
Yeah, that's a great point, because I've looked at that a lot, and I've looked at the aspect, like even, you know, when the UK got hit, you know, they had quite a rebound in the market. I'm talking about their broad market, but actually when you put it in U.S. dollar terms or you put it in the pound terms, well, you know, it hasn't really gone up that far. You know, and if we stay with that concept, what happens? You know, we know gold gets bought and sold in U.S. dollars, right? You know, the mine in Mexico, the mine in Nevada. Well, the Nevada would be great because the bottom line is that you get dollars for dollars. The peso, at one point, it went from that 18 to 22, but it's right back to 18. So when you talk about expenses, how does that work in the context of you have a mine, you get paid dollars, the currency conversion? How do you work with that?
You pay in local terms.
Okay.
So as gold's moved up relative, as the dollar's moved up relative to the peso,
yes,
your revenue is higher.
Right.
But your costs are fixed in local currency terms. So your margins are expanding. It does depend, however, on if you have a contract miner in Mexico. Many of the contract miners have their contracts priced in dollars rather than pesos.
Okay.
So there's not as big a benefit in that case. And we happen to have contractors.
Right. Well, actually, that's pretty good because if you know your cost on both sides, it's actually better. I mean, sometimes on a longer-term basis, right? I mean, sometimes I know you can score, if you're in the right country. But I remember the last time that we had the huge run, from like 2003 going even, up to 2007, what people had a hard time comprehending is that, some of the Canadian miners, they weren't making as much because the Canadian dollar went up so high, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so it's going to be intriguing watching this whole thing shake out. It definitely feels different. This run here seems to feel different than the one, we had from 2012 to 14 to 15. That was a decent counter-trend bounce, but it actually feels that this is a little bit different, maybe even going back to that 2004, 2005 level.
It does feel different. It's because more of the world is doing just what we were worried they'd do.
Yeah.
That is more debt, more increasing the money supply. It's just gotten so large, it's hard to comprehend the impact.
Yeah.
The dollars that are being pushed out by the Fed or by the other banks, central banks around the world to get their economies going are enormous, and there's just not a lot of benefit coming from those dollars. It's taking more and more dollars to move the economies of the respective countries.
Yes. And what's intriguing, folks, is that what Rob's talking about, you just brought up a huge point, because I remember on the not the first run, but the run from 2002 to like 5, you saw a lot of articles about that, but you don't even see those articles anymore, like how much, folks, it takes like $1 to push the economy higher versus 10 or 20 years ago, $1 to push the economy higher. I mean, it has the value of about a cent because of the fact that there's so much debt out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's always a pleasure having you on. So I know, so I got to hear this. So give me a projection, price of gold.
Let's go for $2,000.
Yeah, we're going to have that, man. We're going. I can see that. There's no doubt about it. And it's going to be so intriguing watching how this place trades out, because today, Rob, we're coming into this 1,300, and it's barreling in there. We get 250,000 contracts right now in the futures, and you're laying right underneath it. So, I mean, it looks to me that, we built cause up for quite a while here.
I'll give you an example, Tom. Our goal is to get into the S&P 500.
Yes.
And there's only... the only way you can get into the S&P 500 is by being an American company. We're Colorado Incorporated.
Okay. Sweet.
There are only three companies. So that first of all, that means 99% of all the precious metal producers in the world can't get into the S&P 500.
Well, that's a great goal, because you already pay a dividend, right? I mean, that's pretty amazing,
There's only one gold stock in the S&P 500 right now, and that's Newmont.
Okay.
There are 3 companies that have market caps of just under $1 billion to about $1.5 billion that are the most likely to be able to get there one day, and that's Coeur, Hecla, and ourselves.
Well, That is a beautiful thing. Rob, you have a great one, a safe one. We can't wait to have you back. And this is Rob McEwen, folks, Chairman, CEO, and Chief Owner, 25% of McEwen Mining, trades on the New York Stock Exchange as MUX. Rob, thanks so much. Have a great one, a safe one.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 45. You get the NASDAQ off 21. S&Ps are down 6. And the NASDAQ, when we were just talking with Rob there, the composite itself, bottom line, went south, and we just went from the 6,300 area down to 6,275. The GDX, bottom line, it's going to have the volume. It already has the volume, which is just amazing, actually, because most of the time, I expected we were going to bang that out into the close, but that means that the GDX now is going to do about 85 million, because what you have is that you're at 65 million right now, and this baby's blowing away at swing point, and it has the volume. So GDX is on its way up to this. Let's see, so 21. You get $3 basically. So you get 25 coming next. Yeah. So the 24.88 is game. I suspect, right, more than likely, this baby's gonna run up to that 25.71 area. If we take a look at the weighting structures, you had Barrick Gold, that's up 80 cents. That's coming into a swing high with 21 million, done 15 million. What's gonna happen there? That's gonna get volume at the close. This is where the egg and the chicken come in, folks. And specifically what I mean is this: as people buy the individual equities, the sponsor has to buy the GDX. As people buy the GDX, they're going to buy the individual equity. So we are going to see a ton of volume come in. Each individual equity also coming into the close. Newmont just did it. Newmont is up $1.59. It's blowing away the 34.81 swing high, and it already has the volume. It's already done 6.7 million. That's probably going to come in about 10 million. That is saying Newmont wants to run up to the $38 area, which was the high out here on the 8th. So it looks that we get some action out here. If we go to take a look at Rangol Resources, Rangol also is getting away from its consolidation. This is a big move by Rangol. The top of the consolidation is $96.13. Took it out, has the volume behind the move now, and it looks this is a very large ABC up. You got 67 as your A, 96 as your B, so you get $29. Your C is at 83, so you're talking about what is that? The $112, $112. That's how this is setting up. So, and if we pull this back and see what's at $112, let's just see. Yeah, well, 127 is the swing points. So bottom line is that this is going for the highs, and this is also a good indication. Let's go to FNV, Franco-Nevada. Franco-Nevada, that's up $1.50. Royal Gold is up $1.30. Yeah, this metal market wants to move. And as we're coming into the close, the dollar, bottom line, still can't handle higher price. The dollar, bottom line wants this 95 area. And it looks to me that the further that we get away from this 96,700, you're right now we're only 200 ticks away from it. The faster that you'll see a downdraft inside that U.S. dollar. The kicker out here tonight is going to be the yen. The yen is at that 109.42, and we'll see whether that wants to get down into that 109, 108 area tonight. Last night that was quite a move, no two ways about it. Now that's not going to help the Nikkei tonight, and the Nikkei last night was down 190 bucks. I expect we're going to be down about 150 tonight. It's still 150, still won't get it into its lower range. You're going to need a few more days in the Nikkei in order to get down into those lower levels. Volume out here, I expect it's going to be higher than yesterday, but it's still going to be low volume. Yeah, we're going to do about 800 million. So bottom line, you hit a high yesterday with 699 on the NYSE. We'll do about 800 million on the NYSE. The composite, yeah, you hit a high with 1.7 billion yesterday, and we're going to do about 2 billion. So bottom line, you do have something that's very subtle, meaning you're coming down and you have an expansion of volume. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials down 40, NASDAQ off 18, S&P's down 5.5, gold's up 13.40, silver's up 10 cents. Right back, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Nick in Tampa. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Tom O'Brien, it is an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem. Dude, I've been listening to your show for about 2 years now, and it has just been wonderful. I listen to you, Basil, Andy. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Love has no obligations or expectations. When you love, whatever you do is because you want to do it. It becomes a pleasure. It's like a game. And you have fun with it. When you love, you don't expect something to happen. Whatever happens is okay, and hardly anything disappoints you. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 47, NASDAQ down 20, S&P's down 4, gold contract up $13.10, trading at $1,295 an ounce. Silver up 10 cents, $17.95. Platinum up $4.50, $9.62 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.54 a pound. Light sweet crude up 86 cents, $48.26 a barrel. And we're going to get some oil numbers out at 4:30. We got the EIA, the API is out at 4:30. EIA will be out tomorrow morning at 10:30. Notes, 10-year note up 10 ticks, 127.01. 30-year bond up 22 ticks, 156.11. Now, both notes and bonds, bottom line, folks, they go top side. They have wide price spread, accelerated volume once again. Bottom line, they're an ABC structure, confirmed ABC structures on the way up. The 10 is making a run for the 128. The 30 is making a run for the 158. And if we take a look at the yield structure out here, what you're going to see is that the 10-year right now is at the low for the past 6 months. We're 2.142, and that is the low of the past 6 months, I believe. Yeah, it is. When we take a look at this on the yearly basis, you're right in the middle. The low for the year is 1.3. The high is 2.6. If we get over and we take a look at this 10-year, what you're going to see is that this little baby runs into the 128 mark. Bottom line is that you are going to be under 2% in the 10-year. 30-year, same type of setup. King dollar just can't handle higher price. King dollar down 254 ticks, 96.500. King dollar has been going down the tubes since January 6th. Bottom line, it's going lower. The euro's trading at 112 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 109.5 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so you back down with 47 million shares. That's a back down with tremendously light volume, folks. So the bottom line, it doesn't look to me like this thing, wants to back down. In fact, it's probably going to go after this 244.35 once again. And right now we're 243.21. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. Dow Industrials, the way that's set up, sideways move out here today, down $47. You're at 21,136. Now, what the Dow did do, the Dow got back inside the high of March 1st, which was it took 3 months to get outside of that high, and we did that with volume increasing. So that's subtle. Bottom line, though, that is a sign that the Dow now wants to go lower. Yesterday we made a high with 699 million. Today you back down with 833 million. We take a look at the NASDAQ composite. What do we have with the composite? Composite back down 20 bucks. We're at 62.75, and we also have inside the composite that had a slight expansion of volume. We did 1.8 versus 1.7. Gold contract. Gold, silver caught a big bid. Gold has done 243,000 contracts. We are at a price point of $12.95. The swing high that's going after, the low of the swing high, folks, is $12.86. The high is 13. This thing is going to go right after this, I expect, tomorrow morning. If we go to the GLD and you want to take a look at the correlation with the volume characteristic, the GLD blew away its swing point. The swing point we're talking about is $123.07. That swing point had 8.4 million shares. We did 10.5. We're at 123.30. That's setting up a run to the price point of the 124, and we'll see if this thing can get up to the July of 2016 number, which is the 131.15. You know, when you take a look at this on a longer basis, what you're going to see is this, is that we didn't do much of a retracement the last time that we just backed down here. The bottom line is that when you take a look at the run in the metals market from December of 2016, that's when, you know, you had gold was running out there. I mean, the GLD was 107. It runs up to 123. Well, we only ran back down to the 115 area, which was just over a 0.382 retracement. So that's saying that bottom line is that we can make a run, and that run can be sustainable up to the 130, and right now you're at 123.10. If we go to the GDX and we take a look at the GDX, that thing blew away its swing point with volume. We're at 23.80. The swing that we're talking about is 23.67. The GDX came in with big volume. So did the GDXJ. We did 95 million shares, taking out the swing point of 67 million. And with that setting up, that's setting up a run to the 25.71 area. Right now, you're at 23.80. GDXJ, so this is the small caps, excuse me, the juniors. That was up $1.96. You did 31 million shares. I believe that was taking out 24 million. Yeah, it was taking out 24 million. That swing high was 34.17. We hit 34.14. Bottom line, you're pushing into that with huge volume. That's saying that that little baby wants to run up to the $38 number. King Dollar. What do we have with King Dollar? King Dollar, bottom line, wants lower price. King Dollar is down 244 ticks. And bottom line is that we're at 95.510. And what you're going to see with King Dollar is going right down to election night. And before King Dollar took off like a rocket ship, it traded to 95.905. That was election night. It rejected lower price that night and then took off like a rocket ship. It went from 95 all the way up to 103. It's given it up in spades. That whole run's given it up in spades. In fact, if you go over to the peso, if you want to see something that's phenomenal, you go over to this peso, and between the Mexican wall, the peso, all of the above, guess what? Mexico is doing just fine. And in that case, the peso is actually stronger than it was. The peso was 18.20. Bottom line went up to 22. You're right down to 18.20. The peso looks like it's going to 17 to the U.S. dollar, and that is saying that the peso is getting stronger than the U.S. dollar. That is saying that metals are going to go topside once again. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow Industrials closed down 47 here. The Nasdaq off 20. S&Ps are off 3.5. Percentage-wise, what you have out here is it's minimal. You get the Dow down 0.2. S&Ps are off 0.2. Nasdaq is off 0.3. We had a question in the den about is there any way that you can actually see what type of buying would be coming out of the Middle East? Because what's happening, of course, in the Middle East right now is between Saudi, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar. They're basically isolating Qatar. There's no way that you can tell what is coming out of basically anywhere as to the buying of physical gold. The cool thing is, though, is that if we take a look at the actual contract, what you're going to see is this. If I bring up the continuous contract, you're going to see, number one, that the continuous contract has now eaten through almost 3/4 of the downdraft from November. The downdraft, it wasn't just from the election that gold got killed, folks. What had happened is that gold went from a price point of $1,338 to $1,217 in 1 week. First, the night of the election, it spiked higher, stayed there all of about 30 seconds, and then tanked. Now, we've been building cars to get through that. It got through it nice out here, but that wasn't the only culprit. The culprit also had to do with October 7th, the week of October 7th. That's where gold went from $1,316 down to $1,249. These trades have all reversed. And I'm going to go back over to the peso for a second to show you something, because this is really cool how this is coming down. When you correlate different asset classes and you take a look at how this is shaken out, the peso was actually the first trade that was saying that the correlation inside the election versus where everything went, it was giving it up. So the peso got weak big time. It was it was first 18.25 pesos to $1. It went all the way up to 22, which is a huge move, by the way, okay? That's a huge weakness. It topped out on the 11th of January at 22.03. Right now, we're at 18.25, okay? That came all the way back. Now watch this. The dollar we go take a look at the dollar, what you're going to see inside the dollar is that the dollar is almost all the way back into the aspect of 95.905. Right now we're at 96.530. The yen, we go take a look at the yen. What the yen has done, the yen, let's see where this started. Okay, so let's see, I'll put this. Okay, so the yen started, that's still got a long way to go. The yen started at 101. That started at 101. That got weak. It went up to 118. Right now we're at 109. That's making its way back to that level. The euro, we bring this back, take a look at this. The euro started, let's see. The euro's here. The euro just took everything back. The euro started at 113, got down to 103, and today we hit 112.84. So that's already back. Now, let's go to bonds. So when you see this, this is really what's going to be wild, watching how this shakes out. So the bond market, I'm going to put up the 30-year actually so I can put up the continuous contract. We bring this back. Okay, so the 30-year has more to go. The 30-year, 164 was the high. The bonds got killed. Everyone thought interest rates were going to go through the roof because it was going to be, you know, an infrastructure bill, taxes were going to go down, all the stuff was going to happen. Bottom line, we know nothing has happened. My take is nothing is going to happen. You're at 156. 164 is the number in the bonds. Okay, so what you have there is this. You have the currency markets are back to where we took off from in November. The debt market is getting to where we'll go back to. The metals market is just about where we were. Now look, now watch this. This is what is really intriguing. The S&P is so much higher, it's unbelievable. So the real question is going to be here, does the S&P come back in? Because when we're talking cash, S&P, you're at 2429. Well, that number, folks, is 2100. It's like, it's actually, even though I'm a bear, it's hard to conceive at this particular point that we're going to go to 2100. You know, bottom line, that's where the thing started. You know, we'll see how this whole thing shakes out when the first time that we actually get any type of pullback. So the Dow Industrials, the S&P, they are all so much dramatically lower. Excuse me, folks. In that November time frame, that's pretty intense. We go into the Dow Industrials. You're talking about we're at 21,000. You're talking 18,000. You know, so the composite, which has just been a rocket ship, no doubt. The composite, we are at 6,200, and we're talking 53. So you're talking about 900 points in the composite. That's pretty wild. There's no doubt about it. So technically, you just had the currencies come back. You had the metals go back up. The debt markets are almost getting there. The PE inside these markets are like, the PE inside the NASDAQ is through the roof. The PE in the S&Ps are about 19. You're paying $19 for $1 of earnings if you're a fundamentalist. Bottom line, we'll see how this thing wants to basically test those lower levels, because the bond market is absolutely saying, guess what? Rates are going to continue to go down. And most times, you know, when the bond market is doing this, that is saying that the bonds want to go higher, rates want to go lower, and that means that the markets normally start getting at least a correction. And we haven't had a correction at all. And I suspect when we take a look at this, it's going to be all about the aspect of the dollar moving too quick downtown. If we get over and we take a look at the IBB yesterday got to the top of its range, got pretty close, 297. The top of that range is 300. Bottom line, light volume out here today. It doesn't look like it wants to croak yet. The SMHs, which has been making a new high each and every day. I believe that made a new high out here today. It did. Huge high, light volume, but made a high. Amazon made a new high, then came off that high. Amazon was up at 1,016, ended up closing at 1,003. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. If you would like to test drive the Gold Report, you can do that by coming over to our website at TFNN. Go to newsletters, go to the Gold Report. You can test drive it 30 days, absolutely free. Coming right back, folks.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to the Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials finished down 47, NASDAQ off 20, S&P's down 3.5. If we take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow Industrials, this is what you had out here today. The weakness was Boeing. Boeing put a negative 15 points in. Big Mac put a negative 10. Travelers 9. Walmart 9. Disney 6. The leader out here today was United Health. That put 9 positive points in. Exxon put 7. Chevron put 6.7. Goldman put 3.6. Let's go over and take a look at the Exxon Mobil and Chevron. Okay, so you had Exxon up $1.09, but that's a counter trend bounce, man. You got a high volume low at 79. You get 21 million. It bounces with 11 million. That is still saying wants to go south. Chevron doesn't look any better. Chevron's coming into 6.6 million, did 4.6. That bounced with 98 million. Let me just see. We should have these API numbers out, I believe. Let's see. Oil. So oil closed up 1.9%, 97 cents, $48.37. Let's see what this is in. Okay, so here it is here. Crude, API, crude supplies fell 4.62 million barrels last week. Let me see if I get the whole thing. Okay, so oil rose as U.S. crude stockpiles are seen falling for the 9th week. Let's see. I want the actual numbers. I don't want to know what they're speculating. Let's see. Nope, sorry about that. I don't. It's out right now. I just can't figure out why I can't get it that quick. The only one I have coming across here is the. Yeah, that's the only one that's out there just yet. So crude supplies fell 4.6 million. We'll see. Let's go take a look at that market anyway. So we take a look at crude. It's up 2%. Natural gas is up 2%. Yeah, the volume's not bad. So this can bounce up to 48.45. And right now you're at 48.39. We came down. When we came down on the 25th, we went from a price point of $52 to 48.45 with 1.1 million contracts. Today we start coming into that with 769,000. So that's going to be pretty cool watching these EIA numbers tomorrow morning at 10:30. And then, of course, natural gas is also coming out. That would be on Thursday. Natural gas, it was up 2% today. That's trading at 305. And that went right against this low. Natural gas looks like it's going to blow out this low. You know, the market in natural gas, we went from 350. Yesterday, it hit a low out here of actually 293. Pretty intense. Going into the last swing low of 288. This looks like it's going to be a counter trend bounce, maybe get up to somewhere about 314, and then you've got to watch out for that bottom, because that bottom basically looks like it's going to get blown through. We go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks in this market out here. You had Bank of America. We're going to go into those financials too. Bank of America is down 18 cents. GE was off 5. You had Macy's down 196. Macy's is a disaster. Macy's is going to $5. Hard to believe. It's $21.90. 580 is a high volume swing low. It's going after it. Yahoo is down 10 cents. You had Apple up 52 cents. If we go over to Macy's and take a look at this for a second, this is like so sad. Macy's is such a cool store, but bottom line is that all our habits have changed. Macy's took out another B point of an ABC structure on the way down. It's been a one-way move since $70. And pretty amazing. $73.61, approximately 22 months ago. And what's hanging out here, folks, is a high volume low at 507. This thing's going to go after it. What it did last month, it blew away another B point with huge volume. We did 222 million versus 198, and it's a monster ABC down. You know, we'll see where that and what the news was out here today. They had to come out. They didn't even come out with their numbers. What happened is that they had to come out with a warning that their profit margins are tightening. Macy's dropped the most in almost a month after warning investors that profit margins are tightening, bringing fresh headache to the department store chain. At the company's annual Investor Day, Chief Financial Officer said that second quarter gross margins are running about 1% 0.1 percentage point below what they were last year. The company is slashing costs in order to maintain earnings forecasts, which it reaffirmed on Tuesday. Bottom line, folks, is that you can slash costs as much as you want, and there's only so much you can slash. When you get a big box store like Macy's, you get big long-term leases. Bottom line, all we do right now, we click and go, and the credit card's in there, and it shows up at our door. And bottom line, that is what is into the future. I expect our malls are going to be totally different 10 years from now. I don't think they're going away. People will get creative as to what's going to be in the malls, and maybe they're just all entertainment centers. Who knows? If we get over and we take a look at the XLF now, so you have the Federal Reserve is meeting next week. The 14th is the meeting, and today is the 6th, okay? So 7 days from today, a week from today, right? No, a week from tomorrow. So week from tomorrow is the meeting. The Federal Reserve, the Fed fund futures rate, the probability is 94.9% that they're going to go up on the short-term rate. That being said, these banks are basically taking it on the chin. The XLF is at $23.29. That hasn't been able to get out of its way, and it looks like it's building cause to get down into this 2170, which would be the high of the election night. That's how this is shaken out. So if we go take a look at J.P. Morgan, which is one of the strongest super banks out there, J.P. Morgan just has gone from 94 to 82. That high that's going after is 77.25, and right now you're at 82.96. We take a look at Berkshire. So Berkshire Hathaway is still the largest weighting structure inside the XLF. Berkshire has just gone from a price point of 177 to 166. This also is making its way back to 157. So the Fed going up on short-term rates, we have divergence, and it's very large divergence at this particular point. Because you can see the buying inside the 10-year, the 20-year. Oh, let's go to the TLT, the 20-year plus ETF. Yeah, that blew away at swing point. That swing point had volume of 11.5 million, and we did 13.2. Well, we're going to be right back with that. That thing blew it away. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go over and take a look at the big dog out here, which is Amazon. So Amazon out here today gets up to a price point of $1,016, closes at $1,003. Bottom line is that we'll see how it comes in and hits this $9.99. Now, it's going to get intriguing with Amazon is this. This has been a one-way move also. You know, if we go back to April 13th, this stock has only gone one way. April 13th, the stock is at $884. We get a high today of $1,016. Now, the number to keep your eye on is this. We had decent volume in this baby on Friday. Not great volume, but decent volume. The high of that is 1,008. The low is 995. So if we do more than 3.7 million tomorrow and we're down, that is going to be a heads up that you just may get a correction, and this correction will be very quick for an Amazon. The reason being is that if we take a look at Amazon, it's a personality stock, number one. But if we take a look at this, when this thing retraces, it's an amazing stock. Because what happens is that a lot of people like to try to buy this on a retracement, including myself. Okay? Well, guess what? I never bought it on a retracement because every time it retraces, it's so vicious. It's like, oh man, this thing's never going to stop going down. Okay? So you want to keep your eye on this because a 0.382 retracement is $813. A 50% retracement is $750. The last decent retracement that this has had, October of 2016, it went from $847, and 5 weeks later it's at $710. So he went down $140, right? The one prior to that was vicious. The one prior to that, which was January of 2016, you went from $696, and 5 weeks later you're at $474. So you can see the type of retracements. This equity likes huge runs, and it likes not retracing, but when it does, get out of the way because they are vicious retracements, and you can see them. I just brought this up on a longer-term basis. Let me actually put this on a monthly. I'm going to put this on a 10-year monthly. Yeah, on a 10-year monthly, it's like you have two different levels of screaming. The 800 to 700 screaming, which would only be about a, let me see, on the monthly basis now. Yeah, so on that basis there, that gets interesting. That's only a 23% retracement. A 38% retracement will get you 737. A 50% retracement is 650. And laying at 650, the high of 657 is there. So that's pretty intense. We get over and we take a look at Google. We'll take a look at the voting shares. The Google out here, that also hit $1,008 today and closed at $996. We take this and we put this back also on a monthly. This has been a one-way trip from, look at that, what a move. So in a year and a half, Google has gone from 490 to 1,008. A normal retracement on this can bring it back to, let's see what we got here. I guess I'll do it this way. I'll do a smaller retracement. So you get a 0.382 is 809. 50% retracement is 748. Apple, we'll take a look at Apple now. So Apple came out with their HomePod yesterday. Big money, but bottom line, what does happen with Apple is the aspect of they get big money for everything. When I look at Apple, it's like, man, Apple can retrace like in a huge way, not in a small way. Because Apple, we pulled this back to 2009 on a basis. Apple was $11 pre-squid. It's $154 right now. So you're talking about just monster moves. Evidently, let's see what Tim Cook is saying out here today. So Apple's chief executive officer, Tim Cook, said any new repatriation tax should be mandatory for all companies, and proceeds should be spent on upgrading U.S. infrastructure. It should be a required tax, and so you are not asking the people that have had earnings from their international subsidies if they like to bring money back. You're saying that you must pay the government X% now over some period of time, Cook said in an exclusive interview with Bloomberg. Apple has $257 billion in cash reserves, and most of it outside of the country. Like many CEOs, Cook has supported President Trump's repatriation push. Under one proposal, the companies could pay a one-time 10% levy to bring the money back held overseas, less than a third of the current tax rate. The U.S. should use that money for a significant infrastructure spend in the U.S. because it creates jobs, Cook said. Bottom line, folks, we'll see how the tax goes, how the repatriation goes. My take is that nothing's going to get done. Why? Because guess what? We're in June already. The Congress right now has 28 days left in session, okay, to get a debt in a budget done. They're not going to do it. What they're going to do is they're going to push it off, and they've done this a million times, and I don't expect that to push the market around. They'll push it off. They're going to be on leave until August. They come back after Labor Day. Bottom line, they come back after Labor Day. Guess what? You're going into 2018. All the congressional elections are going to be right there. This is going to be a market. You're not going to get tax repatriation. You're not going to get a tax bill. You're not going to get an infrastructure bill. You're not going to get a health bill. Bottom line is that everyone's going to be running for office again, and they're going to be basically rapping that you're going to get everything. And guess what? Nothing. That's the bottom line. 877-927-6648. We go take a look at the SLV. So the SLV, folks, is the iShares Silver Trust. That closed out here today at $16.76. He did 5 million shares. This is good. Okay, so this is making its way up to that $17.59. Right now you're at $16.76. If we put this on a weekly, it's going to need some more volume. 16, well, we'll see how it gets into the 1680 level. The last swing highs out here was a 1680 to 1759. And I do expect that we are going to go right into those higher levels. We go take a look at the platinum market. Now, platinum has not got a bid. PL. And this is pretty amazing because, folks, it's much harder to get platinum out of the ground than it is get any other metal out of the ground, meaning gold or silver. That being said, platinum is still under the price of gold pretty dramatically. Right now, we are trading at a price point of $962. What we did do today is that we're pushing into the swing, and you got just about the same amount of volume. We did 16,000 contracts, 16,136 versus 16,425. I expect we're going to see platinum take out 969, and platinum's going to make this run up to the 933. And we'll see if, in fact, platinum can get over the price of gold on this run. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow finished down 47, NASDAQ off 20, S&P's down 4.5. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
Join Andy Hecht as he shows you how to make money in commodities. The Commodities Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And the GDXJ, bottom line, they both went topside, have volume behind the move, have the price spread. And don't be surprised, when these moves take place, folks, this is the B to a C of an ABC up, and an A to B of an ABC up, and a C to D, rather. That's what we're in. There's the straight line moves. So, the A to B in this, we started at $20 in the GDX on May 4th. Approximately 9 days later, you were at 23. In this particular case, this is a wide price spread deal with monster volume. So this is going to be intriguing to see how this shakes out. But I expect that we're going to be up at this 24.88, which is only $1. You can be there tomorrow. Guess what? Thursday, we can be up at the 25.71 area, which would be quite a move. But when you do move that fast and you finish at the highs, that's how it shakes out most times. On the GDXJ, we did 34 million shares. You were going into 24 million. The GDXJ, or what it also did, and the GDX did this also, is that you broke the whole downtrend that had started out here on February 8th. So the GDXJ wants to run to $43. That's a monster move. The GDX, we go back to that for a second. It's the same type of setup. This broke this trend in a huge way, and that's how you want to see trends get broken. Because if you break with wide price spread, with volume, your probability goes much higher that you're going to go to the top of that trend. And the GDX, the top of that trend is 25.71. And we went up $1.06 today. So what we will have out here is that also the equities, because we were talking about a little bit earlier, when they buy the GDX, guess what? The GDX sponsor has to go buy the equities. And that's exactly what happened coming into the close. And I'll show you, like with Barrick Gold, bottom line into the close, what do they put in? They put in 1 million shares, and we only did 18 million. You go take a look at Newmont, same type of setup inside Newmont. Newmont had a big day. Newmont, they put in 704,000 into the close. That was up $1.61. This is really a sweet move by Newmont. Newmont took out its swing point of 34.81, 8 million shares versus 6.4. It's at its higher swing point from April 11th. So it looks like that was going to get blown away. Newmont might be one of the first laggards because that has been having up into this $38 area. And what does happen inside the gold market, and this is where you want to wrap your head around, folks, and this is where a laggard can turn into an equity that flies, is that when the price of gold goes up $14 like this, we're at $12.96, the Newmonts of the world, okay, they have millions of ounces of gold, not thousands. And what happens is that the aspect of a move of 1%, which gold went up 1% today, makes a dramatic difference in the context when you are taking millions of ounces out of the ground versus 200,000 or 300,000 ounces. They're all good, but the difference is dramatic, and you will see equities that have been stagnant go topside and go topside very quickly when the actual price goes up. Now, what we haven't seen yet, which I expect we're going to see, is you're going to see that happen in the silver market. What happens in the silver market is that the price of silver, once it gets to a certain point, that puts huge firepower into a few of these silver equities. The reason being is the exact same situation that they're taking millions of ounces out of the ground, and guess what? $2 or $3 make millions of dollars difference. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it, step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Everything you need and want to know right inside you. Go have a blast with it, folks. Thanks for being here. Look forward to speaking tomorrow, 9 o'clock.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.